Saltburn is the newest movie from filmmaker Emerald Fennell. Stars Barry Keoghan and Elordi, along with other really good actors who put in some great performances in this thing. I'm just going to kick off right on the bat. This is one of the most stunning looking movies of the year. Every shot in this movie feels so incredibly important. Just beautiful cinematography all around. There's so many moments where the shots they feel like modern renditions of Renaissance paintings almost. On top of that, the movie is filmed in a beautiful looking 4:3 aspect ratio. It's a sort of aspect ratio I kind of like when it's shown in film a lot. It can make some very tense situations feel a lot more claustrophobic than they need to be, and all around, when it's composed properly, it can make a shot look really great. Performances in this movie are really good. I wasn't too familiar with Elordi. I didn't really give him much credit considering he did movies like Kissing Booth and the TV show Euphoria, but I will say, after this movie, he is definitely on my radar for an actor to watch. I think he brings such an absolutely stellar performance in this movie, playing a character that usually would give off the type of person that no one would really like. This type of posh, Tory-ass guy, but he plays it really well. Got the accent down, got the mannerisms down, he just isn't as much of an asshole as you would think. He plays it pretty straight, and you really sympathize with the guy when certain things start happening in the movie. Barry Keoghan, as always, gives a really great performance here. Still on the track record of just being a little freak. In saying that, I don't really want to give too much away from this movie because I went into it blind. I went in based off the trailers alone, and I thought it was going to be some sort of dark academia movie along the lines of something like Dead Poets Society, and while it does have a lot of those elements. I mean, probably the first half of this movie, two guys are just living their lives in Oxford University, but there are moments in this movie where it gets kind of weird and delves into some really dark territory, which was pretty shocking to me. I didn't expect it to come, but when it did, I was definitely along for the ride. It was so bizarre to see something like a lot of the scenes that happen in this movie on screen. It's really hard to express them while trying to do a spoiler-free review, but I guess the way I can summarize it is there are scenes in this movie that I will never unsee in the best way possible. I do like when movies try and go into a very dark direction, and I think with the way this movie is written, it's done really well. I see some people kicking off about the ending of this movie, but honestly, when you take everything into account, I think it's great. There's a discourse saying that Fennell kind of writes her third acts not too well. Now, I haven't seen Promising Young Woman in a while, but I remember really liking that movie, and I thought the ending felt gratifying, and this film's ending works for this film's context just as well. The soundtrack in this movie is really good. We are blessed with a early 2000s setting, which means we get a lot of early 2000s bangers. A lot of these songs reign pretty personal to me, as I would have maybe not have been the same age as the people in this movie, but I would have been a child in the early 2000s, and I would have heard not all, but maybe a good few of these songs on the radio, and just they would pop up. So it was really cool to see them here. I was just really blown away by this movie. I was really anticipating Saltburn, and I felt comfortable when the movie started, knowing that I was in for something special. I feel like one of these types of movies comes once in a lifetime, and I really cannot express enough how I think people should go see it. See it on a big screen, go support it in cinemas, because it's that good. It's so good, in fact, that I'm giving Saltburn 5 stars. It is a breathtaking spectacle that holds a modern lens into themes that we've seen before. Do it in a way that is so incredibly unique and creative. Not only is an edge of your seat type of film, but it is one that you will be thinking about days after watching it.